Good morning, happy Friday. I'm just gonna adjust my phone a little bit. Not sure why it's got a little bit of a glare spot there. Might just be the reflection from something. Happy Friday, everybody. Woohoo, we've made it through another week. I know for some of us the days tend to blur, but my weeks have structure. I think that's been really helpful for me to know that there are things we do on Saturday. I often join up with my Unleash Your Strengths community on Saturday mornings. Sundays are usually a rest day, hiking or taking some time out to visit family. Yeah, and then the rest of the week, every day has its own little routine, and I've been finding that very helpful. So here we are, Friday. I have some really great tips to share with you about something that I'm working on today. Going through my superpowers, my strengths. Today's strength that I'm focusing on is communication. And whoa, that can be presented in so many different ways. I know that there's a lot happening with the written word right now, with texts and posts on Facebook and things like that. And I think the shorter and more condensed our communication, the easier it is for things not to really be representing what we're feeling. And sometimes, let's face it, there's a lot of shaming going on social media, and people are afraid to say what they think. They're worried about what other people might think. So that's all to do with communication. And I'm going to have some great tips for ways you can improve your communication. So if you are watching this, I'm guessing at this point it's going to be a replay because I don't see anybody on with me right now, but just maybe share in a couple words. Do you have trouble sharing what's on your mind vocally with communication, with words? So on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is really being able to speak your mind clearly and without shame or fear or worry, 10 is a good number. If 1, you're just really afraid of what people will think, about maybe not finding the right words and sounding dumb, that's okay too. Just tell me where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments, please. Okay, so communication, superpower of communication. For me, again, from my strengths report, I'm good at capturing people's attention by what I say and how I say it. Okay, that's a given. My ability to find words helps me make meaningful connections. And I know that happens with this video that I do every morning, this live. Monitoring my audience and refining what I'm talking about is important. As I've said before, when I have so many interests and when I do deep dives into so many things, I have a lot of things to offer, and I really am being reminded that sometimes I just need to really listen. Okay, so I need to say something but not monopolize a conversation. When I watch body language, and this is why I love in-person contact, why I love doing Zooms actually, is because I can see people's faces. When I see that somebody is thinking about something that I've said or struggling with something that I've said, it's time for me to stop and say, okay, your turn. Tell me, what do you need to say? And the other thing that I was reminded of in the Strengths Finders, not only do we learn about why our superpowers, our strengths are so amazing, but we also learn how we might be overdoing it, or how things that we just might need to be mindful of as we use this strength. And for communication, this came out for me is that my words are not always enough to motivate others. Take time to listen and pay attention to what others are saying or not saying. And I think that's really good. Hey, Jackie, I think that's a really good point, is that, as much as I have positivity and all the information and knowing that everything is happening for a purpose, that might not be enough. That might not be what you need. And I need to just acknowledge that and pay attention. So Jackie, this morning, I am asking everybody to rate themselves 1 to 10 on how well you feel you communicate and can express yourself. So if 1 is, I really struggle to find the right words to say things sometimes, or I'm worried about what people will think of me, or I'm worried about being shamed, any of those things, that would be a 1. A 10 would be, I say what's on my mind, I say it clearly, concisely, and I know that people are going to be understanding what I'm saying. So 1 to 10, where are you? And again, there's no judgment, no shame. It doesn't matter where you are. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was how we can improve our communication. Okay, so I did public speaking in public school and did very well. I love words. I was born in a Ukrainian household, so fluent in Ukrainian and English, learned French, took it at university, so French is pretty good. Spanish is pretty good. I've learned sign language from my deaf sister-in-law and learned German because I married into a German family. So communicating in many different languages is a lot of fun. But sometimes we still struggle for words. And there are days when I worry about, how am I getting this message out? And there are a few things that I like to do. So many of you have probably noticed that I wear a lot of turquoise, especially in necklaces around my neck. Turquoise is a wonderful gemstone to support our throat chakra being all about communication. Many times if you have a sore throat or if you get a cold and it's your throat that's affected, pay attention to what you're saying, what you're not saying. I know that our son used to get sore throats whenever he had to do, not whenever, but occasionally when he had to do a presentation, an oral presentation, he would end up with a sore throat. So that's a very interesting thing to pay attention, awareness, right? The other thing you can do is just wear something else that's blue. This is one of my favorite scarves. It came from Germany over 30 years ago. It's a beautiful turquoise color. Sometimes I'll just wrap that around my neck when I want to support, and I think it's as much the intention. I'm doing this with the intention of supporting my throat chakra, so that's going to be helpful. The other thing we can do is we can turn to essential oils. Let me see where I put it. The oil of communication, and this one came up last night. Any guesses? Jackie, do you remember what the oil of communication is? I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I am. Okay, so obviously there's a time lapse. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Lavender. Lavender is the oil of communication, and it's a very gentle oil. It's a very calming oil. Sometimes when we want to find the right words, we're so worked up about something that it's hard to wait for our emotions to stop so that we can find the clear words and not say anything in the heat of the moment. Oh yeah, we all know the calming effect of lavender. So first of all, it has that potential. It just helps calm us down. And the way you can do it is just smell it. So that's going to calm you down. That's the first step when you want to communicate, especially if it's something that is going to be challenging you to say. Just smelling lavender is going to really help calm you down. And then I like to just dab it right over my throat. If you're going to be doing presentations, if you're going to be around people or in situations where it's going to be very important for you to find the right words, what you can do is just dab a little bit of lavender and put it right on your clothing. Obviously on an inside collar, this is a dark top, and just from what I put on my finger, I'm not dropping it on, I'm just dabbing it on my finger. You can put it on anything. I could put it on my scarf. Smelling this as a reminder will just help support your communication throughout the day. And yeah, lavender is such a beautiful oil for so many things. My favorite uses are the way it calms me down. I do like using it before doing presentations sometimes. If I feel, like let's say I'm tired and I just need a little bit of support just to make sure I find the right words. Lavender is great for that. I also love it in the kitchen. Anytime I burn my hand up against the oven, lavender is the first thing that I put on. It's such a gentle oil. You can use it for these kind of applications without diluting it, as long as you're not doing it every day. If you're going to be doing it every day, then I would suggest diluting it. But just once in a while when you need it, it's such a gentle oil. Oh, it's calmed me down so much already. I love it. So I'm going to be giving out a lavender sample to anybody who wants one. But it's going to be somebody who's in our Embrace Your Life community. I just want to remind everybody that you only have a few days left to get into our Embrace Your Life community. I'm doing a big draw for some rose oil on Sunday, so you do want to make sure you're in. So the winner of a lavender is, oh my gosh, John McLaughlin, you just you just won another prize. So I did say that I was going to put names back in the draw, and John has won again. John actually won some Epicure samples. I've loved giving away prizes. So John, if you're watching this, I know you usually watch it in the Real Living community. Yes, you've got some lavender coming your way. Awesomeness. So yeah, here we are. the last thing I want to communicate, and with this lavender, lavender is one of our top 10 oils. I'm doing lots of classes, and I have 2 classes scheduled for Monday. One is a Zoom class at 8 o'clock, and I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live as well, just talking about natural solutions. So if you're interested in that, if I can help you, I will post the links below here. And it's meant for people not yet in doTERRA. So if you're already using doTERRA, we can work at another level. But if you are watching this and haven't started using doTERRA oils, I do invite you to attend one of the 2 natural solutions classes that I'm doing on Monday. Okay, let me know, how is your communication skills? Have you ever tried using lavender? And if you do try using it throughout the day, hey April, I'll send you the link to the other group, April. If you are not using, if you are going to be using lavender throughout the day to assist in your education, your communication, yeah, drop a few lines at the end of the day and see how that worked for you. As I said, it's a 2-part punch, just to get calmed down before we speak, and then energetically, it is the oil of communication. It'll help you find the right words. It'll help you get you the confidence and speak your truth. Yeah, I had a cold shower this morning. This is just an aside. I had a cold shower this morning, 3 minutes, and I like to listen to music when I'm doing that. Sometimes you need that a little bit of extra motivation. And yesterday I was asking, what do you want? What do you really want? What kind of results? What are you looking for? Not which oil do you want to learn about, but what results do you need? And then I can help you. And it was really interesting when I think about all the things that I'm trying to reach out to people. I am a relationship builder. I need to connect with the right people. And I really have noticed over the last couple weeks that a lot of people just need to feel empowered. We're looking for a way to know that we are enough. Last night I taught a class and 2 people attended. And at first I was a little bit bummed out about it, but then I thought, okay, so who am I? I am somebody whose main desire is to connect with the right people and help them move forward. And the 2 people who attended got a lot out of that class. So I am enough. I did enough. And sometimes we just need to revisit about, what is my main desire? What am I comparing myself to? And then just knowing that we are enough. And this morning, the songs that came on were I Want You to Want Me by Chilliwack, a Canadian band. And the other one was Don't You Want Somebody to Love? And I thought, yeah, that's what it's all about. So get out there, love on people. Let me know how the lavender assists in your education. April, I will add you into the Real Living group for sure. And have a terrific Friday, everybody. I love you so much. Bye.